Hi everybody, this is Yuri from Shure. We often get questions about the differences between our vocal mics. So today we're going to look at our three more common condenser options, the SM86, the Beta 87A, and the KSM9. Let's go! Keep in mind that if you're shopping for a vocal microphone, no amount of video watching or reading is going to decide which microphone sounds the best on your voice. We have a lot of very famous people that use a specific microphone because that's the one that they like. So as we go through these, we'll go through some technical stuff, but at the end of the day, the best strategy is for you to try them out and listen to them yourselves and make your own personal decision. In this video, we're going to look at three different condenser microphones. Now, there are a lot of reasons why someone would choose a condenser microphone on stage rather than a dynamic, but usually it's because they offer a little bit more detail than their dynamic counterparts. If you have any specific questions about the differences between condenser microphones and dynamic microphones, feel free to ask them in the comments and I will happily respond. Right now, you're hearing my voice through an SM86. Our SM series are an industry standard because they combine great audio quality with a ruggedness and dependability that will let them survive any on-stage touring scenario. The SM86 is a cardioid microphone, which means it picks up the majority of its sound from the front, picks up a little bit less coming into the side, and tries to reject as much sound as possible coming into the back of the microphone. In addition to rejecting sounds coming into the back of the microphone, a cardioid pattern is useful when you want to have a little bit of wiggle room in your microphone technique. Additionally, it sounds more natural when you're listening to your voice using in-ear monitors. Finally, the SM86 has an extended high-frequency response, so that your vocal can come in nice and smooth and clean, even in the most extreme performance conditions. Now you're hearing my voice through a Beta 87A microphone. The Beta series takes all of the durability and ruggedness of the SM series, kicks it up a notch, and adds an even more tailored frequency response. Unlike the SM86, which is cardioid, the Beta 87A microphone is supercardioid, which means it focuses a little bit more on what's happening directly in front of the microphone and rejects even more of the stuff happening to the sides. This is amazing. This is amazing when you're on stage. The supercardioid microphone does pick up a tiny bit of sound coming into the rear compared to cardioid, but it does reject way more sound in the side of the microphone. Because a supercardioid microphone rejects even more sound from the sides, you have to be a little bit more careful with your microphone technique. Additionally, some vocalists actually prefer the sound of their voice on a cardioid microphone in their in-ear monitors compared to a supercardioid microphone, saying that it sounds a little bit more natural. If that is the case, we also offer the Beta 87A model as an 87C, which is the same microphone but cardioid. Compared to the SM86, if you look at the frequency response of the Beta 87A, it shows a more gradual rise in the high frequencies. Additionally, the Beta 87A has a tailored proximity effect for when you want a little bit more control as you get a little bit closer to the microphone. Now you're hearing my voice through a KSM9 microphone. The KSM line is our premium line, and this microphone is designed for those that want to have the most detail and articulation in the most challenging environments. Unlike the SM86 and the Beta 87A that we just looked at, the KSM9 actually has a little switch underneath the windscreen here that allows you to choose between a cardioid or a supercardioid pickup pattern. Like the other microphones we've discussed, the KSM9 has a very tailored high-frequency response for the human voice, and even more control of the proximity effect than you've seen before. In addition, the KSM9 comes with all sorts of other really interesting design features. So there you have it. Now the only thing left is for you to get your hands on one of these microphones and hear how they sound with your voice and find the one that sounds best to you. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments and we'll see you next time.